6 days on, 1 day off, repeat, which a lot of people think is what is good, guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Rory Gissing, and in this video, we're going to discuss how to design a training split which is best for you, using my training split as the example. Now, before we start, this video is not meant for you to just blindly follow my training split. It's supposed to be, or I'll be attempting to be, showing you the reasoning or the logic behind designing the training split, which is going to be for my goals, which of course could be very different to your goals. And that is generally the reason why just copying someone else's training split is not going to be the best for you, because that training split's been designed specifically for them and not for you. So please just take away the process on how to design the training split and then apply it to your unique genetics, training backgrounds, and training goals. Now, my training style is high volume. If you're doing low volume, it will probably require a slightly different split. So we're going to get into what I'm doing for the high volume split, and then I can give you an example of a low volume split right at the end. I find the biggest difference between high volume training and low volume training is your ability to recover. I just find in low volume training, you're going to have to implement deload weeks a lot more frequently. In fact, I've never done it with high volume training, never had to, just because I don't get that CNS fatigue the way you would do in the low volume training. I have nothing against low volume training. I've done it myself for many years, but I do find that low volume training is only better for a small percentage of people that have the genetics to get away with low volume training. I respond significantly better. I find a lot of other people respond significantly better when they do a moderate to high volume training. So nothing against low volume training. I just have the genetic makeup that means I will respond better to higher volume training. Now, I am doing a pretty advanced training split because I'm doing 6 days on, 1 day off, repeat, which a lot of people think is madness. Now, I am of the opinion that frequency is king. So as long as you are able to recover between the workouts, I feel that the more frequently you train, the faster your results will come. I am also a pro, so I am on the pro level protocols, which means I will be recovering faster as well. So the first thing that you need to decide is what body part you wish to bring up the most. So it's going to be your lagging body part, which is responding either the slowest, maybe you've had an injury, maybe it's just genetic. For me, I feel, and I've been told by the IFBB Pro judges, that my back is the most underdeveloped body part that I need to work on the most. So frequency being king, I will make sure I train back twice a week. Now, I also discovered just through sheer trial and error that my shoulders don't really like improving or growing unless they get hit twice a week. So I used to do shoulders twice a week when they were my lagging body part. Now back is my lagging body part, and I dropped my shoulder workouts to once a week. My shoulders just stopped progressing. So now I found if I do shoulders twice a week, they continue to progress. So back twice a week, shoulders twice a week, and now I fill in the gaps. So this is my workout split. So it's a 7-day split. It used to be an 8-day split a year ago, but now it's back to 7 days because we just removed a rest day. It simply was 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off. So within the 8-day period, I'd repeat my weaker muscle groups twice, which back in the day used to be shoulders and chest. Now it's shoulders and back. But then I also found out since then, I could still recover by doing 6 days straight with then a day off. So that's what we've done. So on Monday, we have 16 sets of back with 8 sets of triceps, starting the week with my lagging body part being back. I don't like doing back and biceps together, especially on a high volume. I just find that when I come to train my biceps, they're already completely toast. I get a terrible bicep workout. Yes, there's more blood in there, but they're also, I can't really lift any weights. So I kind of don't see the point in that. I do back and then have a great tricep workout, and then I'll train biceps another day, which you'll see next. So Tuesday, we have 20 sets of delts, 8 sets of biceps, and 4 sets of calves. So there you go, biceps on my shoulder day, and for the same reason, I don't like training calves on a leg day. So again, that goes into a shoulder day, being a bit of a less intense workout. Don't get me wrong, it hurts like hell, but spamming lateral raises is not the same as spamming squats. So Wednesday, we have 20 sets for chest, and I always like to start my chest days, as you may well know already, with first 2 exercises, upper chest. Thursday, leg day with 8 sets of hamstring isolations, 8 sets of quads isolations, and then 8 sets of compound leg movements. So that's your squats, leg press, hack squat, the compound movements.
What's good, guys? Editor Rory here, and I've just noticed when I was editing this video, I have no good content of my leg workouts. So all of these were filmed off an iPhone, which is why they may look a little bit funny. Now, I have no footage simply because I've never made a YouTube video of my leg day. I thought to myself, why on earth would anyone want to see what a men's physique guy's leg day would look like? But of course, they've changed the rules. We now have to have legs proportionate to our upper body, or you get marked down in the Men's Physique Pro League. So legs are a very important muscle group to train. I've never neglected my legs, but still, next video, I'm gonna take you through my leg day and what I'm doing to get my legs to where they are for someone who has terrible leg genetics. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that one out, and I'm gonna leave you with the rest of the video.
Which actually makes for a 24-set leg day. Friday, we are repeating a back day, so another 16 sets of back with 8 sets of triceps, so I'm also getting triceps in twice a week, and biceps in twice a week as we do another 20-set delt, 8-set bicep, and 4 sets for calves. So Monday and Tuesday have the same layout as Friday and Saturday, the 2 weaker muscle groups. I threw in arms in there just because who doesn't want bigger arms? And then Sunday is my rest day, but also the way this is laid out, I actually have my most food on my rest day because that is my recovery day. So I really do treat that as a recovery day, get recovered as much as possible. So rest a lot, eat a lot, get back in for the next week. So Monday and Friday have the same setup, just back and triceps, but the exercises are different. And the same goes for Tuesday and Saturday. They have the same setup, but just the exercises are different. I would usually like to have minimum 3 days rest before I'll train, say, back again. But if you notice that Friday through to Monday is only 2 days rest, but I have that rest day in there. So I actually find I can get enough rest with that extra food, extra rest on that Sunday. So if you have 2 muscle groups you're looking to bring up, then I do recommend starting on the 8-day split of doing the weak muscle group, strong muscle group, rest. And then weak muscle group, strong muscle group, rest. So that'll cover an 8-day split, and then see from there if you're getting enough rest or if you need to sort of maybe tone down the exercises, tone up the rest. It depends where you are. If you're cutting, if you're bulking, you know, if you're in a surplus or deficit, that does depend on how many rest days you should get a week as well. So how do you know if you're overtraining? Well, your performance will start dropping. Like if your performance isn't constantly improving, you know, minor improvements every week, so maybe 1 more rep in this exercise, a little bit more weight on that exercise, maybe you cut your rest time down between sets, you know, improving performance is still key. This is a level of progressive overload, but at the same time, if that starts to decrease, you know you're overtraining. That's when you have to re-look at the plan, add in more rest days, or maybe take away some sets. Now, talking about sets, everything in this split is straight sets. I don't have any intensifiers. If you haven't heard of the term intensifiers, that's your supersets, cluster sets, drop sets. That's an intensifier. So no, this is just a normal straight set workout for every day of the week. And I train to failure, not pass failure, because your intensifiers will actually get you to train pass failure. And I think that's also key in the recovery, is knowing how hard to train. So don't get me wrong, I will train till I cannot get any more reps. But pushing past that, having a spotter, doing rest pauses, supersets, drop sets, that is when I feel I'm crossing that line of I will not be able to recover before the next workout. So bear that in mind, because that is important when it comes to workout design. So there you have it. That is my justification of the absolute madness, which is a 6-day on, 1 day off split. I love it, to be fair. It has to keep me mentally switched on because it's very hard, especially having legs, you know, going into Thursday near the end of the week, and I'm already tired and I have to get up and train 24 sets of legs. It is hard. You have to be very mentally stimulated. And by that, I mean you just have to really fucking want it. You have to be very dedicated to the grind. You have to understand that you're not always going to be motivated, but that doesn't matter. No matter what, you get yourself to the gym, you get your meals in, you are fully dedicated to the plan. Okay, so that's good for high volume, but what about low volume? Low volume, I think you can get away with not so much as a bro split, but this is where you can introduce the push-pull leg splits, if you're not already doing it, that is. Now, there is quite a big correlation between the push-pull leg splits and it being low volume. I find that is pretty good for low volume because you are combining more than just like 2 muscle groups when you go to do train. Like pulling could be hamstrings, back, and biceps, and pushing, of course, your chest, shoulders, triceps, legs just being legs. And just from observing the people that get the most out of the push-pull leg split and get really good results, it does seem to be more orientated towards more compound lifts that do just hit a lot more muscle groups. And then bro splits kind of get into that more isolation work with more specific targeted muscles. So it's just, there's two different methods of training, and just which one you respond to is going to be down to your genetics and your training age, I guess, how long you've been training for, what stage you are in the journey. Most beginners will get way more out of doing compound lifts to add the first initial load of muscle mass than if you were to do just everything concentrated. That's just from experience, there's no hard science, so don't quote me on that, but I do just feel that if you are more of a beginner, you're going to get more out of the compound, which does also explain, if you observe amateurs versus pros, a lot of the amateurs are still doing push-pull legs, a lot of the pros are doing the bro split. I'm a firm believer that different stages of your journey will require a different stimulus. Again, backing up my initial statement of don't blindly copy other people's training splits, because they could be really advanced, and if you're just getting set up and getting started on your journey, then it probably won't be the best for you. But now I'm just getting off topic. So a low volume workouts, I do find a push-pull leg split is going to be perfect, and you can just go as easy as a 4-day split, push-pull legs rest, push-pull legs rest. That does work well, but like I say, that's going to have some deload, and because it's low volume, your sets are going to be significant. But if you find you can't recover from that, then maybe try doing a legs, push, rest, pull, rest, repeat. So you get in 2 days on, 1 day off, 1 day on, 1 day off, repeat. And the day, your weakest body part, let's say, will be the day that has 2 rest days either side. How do you even know what your weakest body part is? If you don't know what your weakest body part is, it probably does just mean you are a beginner. It will become quite evident where your genetics lie and what body parts are the lagging body parts, purely just from genetics, if you don't have any injuries, because of course that's going to be another factor. But okay guys, that is everything for today's video. If you want to drop your training split in the comments, I could take a look at it and get back to you on my thoughts. But then again, I don't know what your genetic makeup is. I don't know how much food you're on. So it is a little bit difficult in that way. But if you have leg day, back day, leg day, I can say there's absolutely no chance on this planet you're going to be recovering in time. So if you want to, feel free to drop your workout splits in the comment section. I will take a look at it. Smash that like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.